is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game.
This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And as we continually grade players, especially quarterbacks, how about this young man? Second year in the NFL, guided his team into the playoffs, and now he wants to show the world that they should buy in on him because he wants to evolve from that young quarterback to that true team leader that takes his team deep in the playoffs.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. And that's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Swings this out for Hunt.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the third down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Agnew now to return. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Bears take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And there's really no underestimating or downplaying the incredible regular season he had throwing the football. When you throw for over 5,000 yards, that's a monster season. He's got an offense that's certainly capable of doing damage in the postseason as well. But he also understands that defense tends to win championships in the playoffs. He wants to find a way to set that aside and advance his team.
And this will be a Bears first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On first down, Brady.
Locates Mooney on the out route.
Throwing again on second down. Brady, he's got the hook up to Odell Beckham.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Brady now on first down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 2nd and 7, Brady got his tight end. That's complete. That's Cook.
And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Brady again. Touchdown. Odell Beckham. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears will strike first here, this wild card matchup.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. The Falcons offense set to go.
I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right, that 4th seed, should they actually be hosting? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I got to tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me, and I like the fact that they get to host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't, just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason, and the champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
There you go, partner. That's some old school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser or fullback and let him get the job done.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Here's a handoff to Hunt running left. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt.
3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return, here's Agnew. A little juke. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
From the 38, Brady.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready.
At their own 15. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. And incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And complete to Drake London. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run right side with Hunt. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. He'll drop to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Bears will get the football back.
That's one of those, Charles, when it works, it looks amazing, and when it doesn't, it means trouble.
Yeah, you're right about that one, partner, because that allows us to say, what are you thinking when it doesn't work? Although I know in his mind when he made the call, he was thinking about the amazing part. But in this case, I think the defense, they caught on to this fairly quickly, and they were able to force the incomplete pass.
On 2nd and a yard, Brady.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. 2 yards is the pickup, and it'll be 1st down, Bears. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Brady's throw there complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Play action. Now it's Brady. Sliding out of the pocket. And that'll be off the mark. Too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
They picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies. But it feels like the head coach has said, my best runner over my best blocker, give it to me right now.
And you only needed 1 yard where they were on the other side of the field. Seems like a no-brainer.
If we can't get 1 yard, what are we doing out here?
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. A nice little catch and run to get the good yardage.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Jamal Agnew from 17 yards out.
And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Santos with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So out come the Falcons now.
They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? It's a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Second and 11.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete.
Here's Jack Fox now.
On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chicago offense set to get started.
It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady.
That's complete to Mooney.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he got the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. From the 44, Brady. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize the tight end on the drag route. Now Gordon on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now Brady. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. Again, Gordon. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
On second down, right back to Hunt.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Here's Jack Fox on to punt.
This is taken at about the 14. Give him 11 yards that time on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady sets up the screen to Gordon. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
Oh, good move.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Another completion here to Hunt.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal could change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before the... He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this Super Wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We'll get it back out to you guys in just a minute. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears, for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs, as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. That throw by Brady incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Brady.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
The handoff goes to Gordon, running left.
To the 43, second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And this is Cook with the grab. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Brady. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Here's Brady. To Gordon, out left. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
73 yards on the ground now for Gordon. First down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Gordon. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. Gordon can't break through against this defensive line. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. A give to the fullback on the dive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2nd and 5.
Got a man. It's London. Ritter and London team up there. 1st down, Atlanta.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Here's a handoff to Hunt running left. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Edwards.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Hunt will try going up the middle. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They run again with Hunt.
And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score. Right?
Still 3rd quarter. You just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The end
One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. From the 24, Brady firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Brady to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Bears are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Melvin Gordon taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Bears continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And here now come the Falcons.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41.
They'll look to throw again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Falcons on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for DJ Charlie. Incomplete. Results in the 4th down.
They run for it with Hunt.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Into the hands of London. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
A gain of 6. That's another.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 2nd and 4. Over the middle, caught by London. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Hunt. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Hunt, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Bryan Edwards from 3 yards out. And the Falcons are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Crew able to connect on the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Here comes Mooney now in the jet sweep.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Gordon as they go to him again. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
103 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
To the air right away is Brady.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. From the gun, it's Brady. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. His first reception.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Nifty move by Gordon.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
The handoff goes to Gordon, running left. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Brady now to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well to get to 3rd and manageable and make them able to pick up those first downs. Now here we are, 1st and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on this drive.
Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
Gordon will score. Touchdown, Chicago. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from it. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on the punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive. Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
On second down, Gordon once more.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. From the gun on third down, Brady. It's complete to Cook. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd and 1, Brady. And he's got Mooney. In the end zone, touchdown, Chicago. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back. Both sides playing at optimal level.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Running again with Barkley on second down. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
The Chicago offense set to get started. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first two drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a three-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
It almost pushed them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
On the counter, here's Gordon, dancing away at the 35. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Brady.
That's complete to Mooney.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now Brady.
There's Mooney with another catch. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back in the second quarter, it's the Bears in possession as they've got it with second down and less than a yard. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Brady going to throw.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Brady. Steps away to his left. And he fires one, but incomplete.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal.
This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
And New York set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. To the right and complete to Galladay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back to throw now on first down.
Going right back to Galladay. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Second and 3. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Ebron caught left side.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Again, he'll drop to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone.
And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
They'll look to throw again. He wants it all for the end zone.
And, no, it's incomplete. It's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
.33 yards is the distance on the punt there. Here now a look at Melvin Gordon. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Touchdown, Chicago! Odell Beckham, 83 yards.
And the Bears continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour.
Touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
And the Giants ready to come out now. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Brandon Graham able to run it down for a loss of a yard.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now a first carry for their fullback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Second and 6. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 25-yard line. They'll try and run with their fullback. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So here's Ggggggg now as he'll try for the field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Zerline's kick is up and through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Brady will try again on 2nd down. This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
That's what love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is Brady. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, is starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Cook. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Brady to throw again. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
To throw, it's Brady. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. From the gun, it's Brady.
Locates Mooney on the out route.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now Brady. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
That's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
The Giants with one final possession here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Being chased out left.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll roll him out right, and that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, this is the 2nd of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store. As it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, Rodney, they've certainly put it up to the top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
Powers through him.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 45. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
And right side, they're going to go option here.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the 1st down.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Giants are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Beck. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again.
Yeah, this will be a Giants 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Beck. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
And it's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. It's complete to Robinson. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. They'll set up a throw. And this one is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Back to throw again.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Jamie Gillen now,
as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they on their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
88 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's Brady, and this is Cook with the grab.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Throwing now is Brady.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Back to the ground now with Gordon. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Brady going to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Brady. And it's caught. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Play action. Now it's Brady. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears have opened the lead up to 30.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit. Maybe